Hello, everybody. We're podcasting again, and we've got a show that promises to be at least mildly interesting for your listening and watching enjoyment. To kick things off, I'll tell you about my weirdest YouTube obsessions because I'm embarrassed to tell anyone else. After that, we interview our guests, Matt McClellan and Manny Griffiths of Hona. What's a Hona? Find out. For the counter program, Manny and Matt decide whether I should buy some weird shit online and try to figure out how much it costs. Now comes my shame. So, I've been talking to a lot of fellow middle-aged persons lately. We like to be called persons. I found that once people of my ilk figure out how a smart TV works, which is a process unto itself, don't get it twisted. Everybody likes to throw the YouTube app on the TV, and it's game over. YouTube Premium, you get no ads, $14 a month. You got YouTube Premium Lite, which is mostly ad-free, for $8 a month. Adriana Linares, who's going to come on this podcast at some point when I can twist her arm. She's obsessed with YouTube TV and told me all about this stuff. But there's a dark side to YouTube, which is I find that instead of Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus, although I will pause briefly and say that my daughter and I have been binging Only Murders in the Building. That's a pretty good show. I like it. But I'm obsessed with leaving YouTube on in the background as I work late into the night on the legal late night. And I'm watching these like camping videos and I'm kind of obsessed. So we're talking shit like never leave the main trail, ! So you got this creepy dude in the woods and a shocked camper and then big title, ! Maybe several exclamation points at the end. Here are some other titles I've watched recently. 2 hours of the most disturbing camping encounters ever caught on camera. Sounds pretty fucked up, right? That's on the Silent Nightmare channel, if you're ever interested. Then, disturbing camping encounters that will give you chills. Wait for it. Volume 3. I'll get around to volume 1 and 2. That's from the Creep Caught channel. Something tells me they don't ever catch the creeps. Last, 6 most disturbing camping encounters caught on camera from the Nightmare Feeling channel. Stop me if you've heard these before. These videos are extremely stupid. So 95% of the time it is obviously faked. Like someone is holding up like an alien's head behind a rock or something like that. And let me tell you, when I was a kid and I did that, I'd get my ass beat for that. I remember one time I put an alien's head on a popsicle stick that I had drawn, not the popsicle stick, the alien's head, and I stuck it into my sister's room, and I thought it was amazing because she freaked out that my parents found me. That was a disturbing camping encounter, let me tell you. So some of these are staged, like I tried to do back in the day. And then some of these videos, like it's just people doing like unbelievably stupid shit. Like driving out to the middle of nowhere and just camping there, but not in a tent, like sleeping in their car. And like fucking randos come and like knock on their windows and stuff like that. Which, it's not paranormal. You're just a fucking dumbass. So don't do that anymore. People wandering off the trails, like all this nutso stuff that you should never do. The forest is dangerous, homies. And it doesn't have to be Bigfoot. It could be a bear. It could be a cougar. It could be anything. So I guess I like to watch morons on camera. It turns out, despite my abject hatred of reality TV, I'm just like everyone else. So if you're like disturbing camping encounters, not my jam. Let me tell you, there's a lot of other shit on weird YouTube that you might be into. So here are some related topics I enjoy. There's this concept of urban exploration. Have you heard of this? This is people going into like abandoned buildings and looking for ghosts. Only it's never ghosts. It's always squatters and homeless people. Again, come on, dipshits. Like, you're going into abandoned buildings in large cities. What do you expect to find? Sadly, I'm not finding much paranormal activity on any of these channels, as much as I would like. I've also gotten into an original interest, which kind of spurred the camping and the urban exploration. Who knows what I'll find next on YouTube? But I originally started looking at like caving and diving videos. Now this is some fucked up shit. People are like out there caving and going off the main route. Okay, so this is like, in case you haven't figured it out yet, stay on the main route. So going off the main route on a cave, you got dudes like just crawling into holes head first with no idea what's on the other side, no idea if there's water there. People trying to squeeze themselves into these small areas. First of all, I'm claustrophobic, so I think I watched this because it freaks me right the fuck out. But like, why would you do this in the first place? There's this dude who was in this place called the Nutty Putty Cave, and he like just jammed down into like this little hole that was just enough to have a human body. And oops, he couldn't get out. So, pro tip, don't do that in the first place. There's a lot of shit that happens in Utah. So I'm going to talk to Matt and Manny about this. They need to be careful. But Gollum's Cave, that's another one you can take a look at. People are like swimming in this small, like 10-foot, 15-foot passageway to an inner cave. And a bunch of people did it at once. And then some person died in front. And then they all died because they couldn't get out. They couldn't push past her. Oh my God. Mind-numbing shit. I mean, airplane crashes, shipping disasters. What the fuck is wrong with me? All right, I gotta stop watching YouTube. While I ponder my mental health situation, you should be preparing yourself for the dual appearance of Matt McClellan and Manny Griffith, who are co-founders of Hona. Oh yes, it's very much on, but not on enough that I would scuba dive literally anywhere. We'll be back momentarily. Well, I've effectively run out of things to say, which is awkward because this is a podcast. So I'm just going to do a handstand. No, I'm just fucking with you. I can't even do a handstand. I'd probably kill myself. Let's interview our guests instead. Today, we have two guests for you. I'm very excited. We've got Manny Griffith and Matt McClellan, who are the co-founders of Hona. Manny, Matt, how you guys doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
I'm doing great, and I can confirm that Matt McClellan can do a handstand if we wanted to go down that route today.
Really? Can you?
Yeah, I'm decent. Manny is too, though.
I think we're both pretty decent.
Wow.
We've done contests, actually, as co-founders. That's something you have to do together.
In the pool or like in like the air?
We've done one on grass.
Really?
I remember a barbecue.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
And then we got absolutely embarrassed by one of our employees who did like a 3-minute handstand and started doing push-ups while in the handstand.
Fucking
Yeah, he
show
wrecked
off.
us.
It's ridiculous.
Seriously.
Let me ask. Okay, so Hona, Manny, is that the sound a goose makes? How did you come up with the name of this organization?
It actually stems from an ancient Egyptian word for compass.
No, is that true?
So, yeah, it is.
Wow.
Most people don't know that. It's actually the back end of the word. It's technically Liahona.
Yeah.
But Hona, we found the 4-letter domain name Hona.com and said, that's it. You can't get a 4-letter domain in this day and age.
But you started with the compass piece of it. That's really interesting.
Yeah. one of our employees was like, how about Leah Hona? And like, we're like, what? And then we found Hona and we're like, okay, this works
Do
actually.
you have like an employee who's like an Egyptologist? Like, how the hell did that come up in like polite conversation? That's crazy to me.
It is crazy. It's an LDS religion thing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Hit me up with. I love LDS history. Hit me up. We're now a history podcast.
Okay, well, I don't want your listeners to just completely disappear, but I'll go into it briefly.
They love history. They love it. No, they don't. But go on anyway.
Well, no, it's just like Manny said, the words Liahona in Book of Mormon history, there was this little brass compass called the Liahona that guided them through the wilderness. And so that's kind of where it came from. But at the end of the day, Manny's correct. We were like, the ChatGPT prompt that we were looking at was like, hey, we want a short word that's easy to pronounce if you read it and easy to spell if you hear it, and also happens to have a .com domain available. So like Manny said, one of our employees said Liahona jokingly, and then at the same time, because we only had a few weeks to choose our branding, at the same time, that prompt delivered one of the 100 things it spit out was Hona.com, and it was like kind of serendipitous how great it worked out. But we love the name now. It's awesome.
It just rolls off the tongue. I did not know that. I learned something today. Whenever we have people who are founders on the show, I always kind of ask them like the founder story. So Manny, let's go back to you. You can start here. Like, why did you guys launch this company?
Yeah. I mean, it was really a combination of two things. The first thing was that Matt and I both used to work for a case management software company, FileVine.
Yes, I've heard of that.
And when I was there, a bunch of my clients were asking me for like a Domino's pizza tracker for their cases. And I was like, oh, why do you want that? And they're like, we just get bombarded with client calls asking for status updates. And kind of around this time, my wife was in a car accident. So we hired this personal injury firm out of Provo, Utah. And within a few weeks, I was bombarding the law firm asking for status updates. And I was like, I get it. Now I know why they want it. And so Matt and I would carpool to the office, and we kept talking about this idea. And finally we were like, let's just go do it. And so that's kind of the impetus for the company.
Might I just say, Matt, I'll let you chime in here as well. Domino's Pizza Tracker has got to be one of my favorite inventions of all time. I love it. We order pizza. We follow it religiously. I know when it's in the oven. I know when it's arriving. It's great. Matt, you got any additional thoughts on this?
I don't want to hurt your soul, but we found out the Domino's Pizza Trackers, there's no actual inputs. All it is it's a reverse time frame thing where they're like, okay, we're busy enough that we should start the tracker in about 18 minutes, and then it just does a time tracker thing. It has nothing to do with like Susie, who's putting the toppings on, saying, yes, Jared's toppings are now on. So hate to break that to you, but
great. Now I'm depressed. I'm gonna go sleep for 18 hours. Thank you.
I'll order you some DoorDash Domino's then.
What's real, Matt? Do you want to add anything to the founder story before we keep going here? Did Manny miss anything?
I mean, Manny, obviously it's near and dear to him.
Yeah.
But I think maybe something I can add to it is when Manny and I met, we pretty quickly realized we were going to start a company together. And it's not like we didn't have any ideas, but like we were searching for the right idea to go start together. And so this one just kind of kept coming up. And then one day it just made so much sense when Manny was telling me exactly what he was talking about. And it's probably worthwhile to add here that we have a third co-founder who's our technical co-founder who does all the coding. He's the brains behind the product and engineering side of the business.
And that's why he's not on the podcast speaking.
Exactly. We don't let him out much. But we all three came together on this idea, and it was seriously like the early days was like, oh, what if we did it this way? What if we did this? What if, people are searching out the educational aspects of their case? Like, it's not enough just to tell them their toppings are on their pizza. If you go tell a legal client, hey, we're sending your demand soon, the legal client's going to have 20 more questions after you tell them that because they have no idea what that even means. While we know that when someone's putting pineapple on our pizza, that they're just putting pineapple on our pizza.
Beautiful way to bring it home.
It all came together super well. I think we've all really balanced each other out well to build a a real long-term company that's going to make impacts not only for like law firms and getting less phone calls, but also their clients in feeling less anxious around their legal case.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about some of the new features that you've got rolling out. Matt, we'll start with you on this one. We just were in Austin for the 8 a.m. conference, formerly LawPay/FinaPay, if you have not heard as yet. You told me you just rolled out like a chatbot and then also a virtual receptionist AI-based tool. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So one step back from that is we've always had this client engagement product like the pizza tracker,
Yes.
right? Keep clients updated throughout, like from once they sign a retainer to the end of their case. And so these two new products are actually our foray into covering the entire client journey from A all the way to Z, right? First interaction with the law firm is typically a phone call. About 70% or 60 to 80% of consumer-facing law firms, their first interaction with their clients outside of like marketing and other things is over the phone. And so we built this product to kind of capture leads and capture the front end of the client journey. And then that delta, that's, the 20 to 40% come in through websites. And so we built another product to help capture leads on websites. And so that's what those two are about, is it's about capturing, qualifying, and converting leads into clients at law firms.
Okay, cool. I've had a lot of people ask me about the virtual receptionist stuff using AI because it seems like such a no-brainer that it could speak any language and that kind of thing. And so people are really into that. Manny, anything you want to add on the new product releases?
No, I think where this goes, I guess, is what I would add is like, if you look at our products, they will become agents over time. Like that's what these things turn into. So like, if you think about our flagship product, Hona Engage, it serves as this communication piece during the case. Like Matt said, case signed, case closed. Essentially what that is a case manager. And what we're building is like, eventually you just give it a directive. Hey, I need you to keep contact with the client, kind of keep them satisfied with the level of communication. And like Hona just goes out and does that. And then like for our voice AI product, eventually that's just a full-on receptionist for your firm where you're just like, this is how I want you to handle everything. So like, that's kind of the direction that this goes, which is we're really excited about. It's like, that's the future of these firms, is an attorney has these agents and they're using these to create a really good, seamless experience for clients.
I'm glad you brought this up. I was going to get there eventually, but like what happens in terms of like legal software and AI? Like there's a lot of conversation about this right now. Some people are talking about like, oh, okay, like the regular AI tools that are out there that are non-legal specific, like they may end up taking over legal software because they're just going to be better. And then eventually like a lot of this legal software becomes AI-based software anyway, right? So Manny, where do you think this goes in a broad sense?
Honestly, I really liken it to like the farming industry. Like 150 years ago, there was thousands and thousands of farmers, and then things got consolidated and one farmer could do way more work with the use of technology. So like, they've got drones that are spraying pesticides and planes, and then tractors that are farming up hundreds of acres of land. Like, I think that's kind of what happens with lawyers. I think they're going to be using technology, but there'll be a lot less of them, and they'll be running way more cases at a time and just like using technology to do it. So that's like what I see happening. And I think that Hona is going to be one of those tools that they're using to like manage a massive field of land, if you will.
Look at you guys with your farming analogies and Egyptology. It's very impressive. Like we're talking about a broad range of stuff. Matt, do you have thoughts on the future of legal writ large in AI? No pressure.
Yeah, no. So I'll talk about our mission and why we think it's so important. It's twofold. One is like law firms are so busy hitting deadlines and keeping up with the work that they have that you know how it is. Lawyers are just bombarded with so much work that we want to alleviate the work that's redundant and like unnecessary and replace that with technology. So think about like the communications, like a lot of them are redundant. We had a client one time who was like, hey, I feel like I answer the same 10 questions every single day to my clients. And then we created this product that's called our frequently asked questions section, which is really cool because it's like, it's per phase, all the frequently asked questions throughout that different milestone in a case. And so like our technology is just going to keep evolving to what clients need and what alleviates like the administrative burden from legal staff. And so I think the end result to all this is lawyers can handle more clients in a better way with a way better client experience with less people, just because they're utilizing the right technology in the right places. It's supposed to be, additive. It doesn't supplement a lot of what they're doing. It adds to it and makes that, legal experience better for all. To use like a Clio cliche, that's what they say, like creating a better legal experience for everyone. And that's where I think technology is going to keep spreading on the legal tech front.
Okay. Let's go in a slightly different direction. I get this a lot from attorneys too. Like they're worried about AI because they're like, well, what about the personal touch? Am I losing that? Is that necessary? Matt, let's start with you. Like, what is the right blend for people here?
Yeah. Not to ring the same bell I was kind of just going down, but I'll elaborate on it. It's like the right client communication cadence is meant to be additive, not supplemental to like what a firm's already doing. And so you layer in technology in places that make sense, right? Like no firm is going to call their client on a standard PI case once a week and check in on them.
Right.
They just don't have the bandwidth. They don't have the time.
Yeah.
But technology can text them once a week automatically and ask them how they're doing. Ask them if they've missed appointments recently. Ask them when their next appointments are. Educate them as to why it's so important that they go to treatments. Like no law firm has the bandwidth and resources to do that manually.
Yes.
But what they do have is layering in the right technology. You can actually do way more and have way better outcomes for your clients. Right. And so like, that's where my brain thinks about these client communications is like, no, you should probably, the best law firms are probably still calling their clients about once a month on like a standard PI case. Keep doing that. Do not take that away. That's why people hire you. That's so important to the case. But layer in the right technology to make sure that you're not going a full month in gap between talking to your clients.
Do you think those conversations still happen with attorneys and clients moving forward? Or do you think they set the AI phone service to be like, call my client, have a conversation with them?
Well, that's a tough one. I personally think that the boring, redundant stuff will be done through AI, and the personal touch stuff is going to be, and I think that's what actually wins in the future. Actually, speaking of Lex and Filemind, Kane Elliott was asked a question the other day. I thought
Dr. Kane reference on the show.
Dr. Kane was saying, they said, who's going to win in the future in 10, 15 years? And he's like, the ones that have personal touch, because everything's going to be automated and redundant and like using AI. So people who are responsive and can create personal connection will really win. And then everything else, all the boring legal, stuff is going to be done with technology.
I mean, I know we just spent like 10 minutes on this, but I'm already fucking sick of AI. Like, I don't want to listen to podcasts with AIs talking to each other. I don't want to talk to AI. Like, I'm out. We're like 6 months in.
Yeah.
Jared, I think you're just scared that AI is going to be funnier than you. And that's okay. Like, that's an okay fear to have.
Like if that happens, I'm fucking done. This will be my last show.
Jared, I think to add maybe one more thing is, I remember when I was like 10 years old, I ordered something on Amazon. My parents let me use their Amazon account. This is, 20 years ago almost. Early days of Amazon, I remember it wasn't coming as fast as I thought it should come. And so I called Amazon and got on with a live human to know where my package was at. And yes, I was 10 years old, but like, maybe you remember that too. There was in the early days of some of these transformations of like technology, like that was the norm. Like you didn't get a text that when right now I get a text when the package is 10 steps away from my house. Like the technology's changed. Now I would never call Amazon to like find out where my package is. Yeah. Like they have so much technology layered in front of you. That's more convenient for me. Like, I don't need the personal touch of somebody on the phone to tell me where my package is. Like, I'm happy just to get the information I want in whatever medium they want me to get it. And so I think that's where like the world is going, right? Like technology shifts and And with a legal case, like there are way more personal aspects to it than like getting a package.
Yeah.
So like Manny's exactly right. Like layering in the right amount of personal touch that is also completely augmented with the right technology. Like that's where the winners are going to be, is like having that right amount of personal touch. And that also, that could be different per client, right? Like sometimes you want to bucket clients and needy clients and less needy clients, and there's a spectrum and a different communication cadence. I think the AI is going to learn that communication cadence, and it might proactively prompt you, hey, this person's logged into their account 17 times in the last 3 days. Might be a good time to call them. And like, that's where technology really, levels everybody up. Cause like now you're just going to get a task on your calendar. Like, hey, call Matt McClellan. He's obviously pretty anxious about his case right now. And here we are. Like, I think that's where it's all heading.
I was 46 when you were 10 years old, so I was ordering from the Sears catalog, but that's all right. Let's do one more question in like the serious section of the podcast. Generally speaking, doesn't even have to include software in your answer. Why are lawyers so bad at customer service? Who wants to hit this first? Or disagree with me? Are they good?
We've obviously, given this is our business, we've
Yeah.
thought a lot about it.
Yeah.
Like, and what it usually boils down to, and I don't want to give it that, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt a little bit, but like, they weren't trained in customer service, right?
Yes.
As a lawyer yourself, like, it's not like you have this semester-long class on like how to deliver great customer service to your clients.
Right.
You're taught law. You're taught the basis of like what helps our country run effectively. Not, oh, by the way, you also have to run a business and make sure your clients are all super happy. And so it's almost like a secondary thought for them, unfortunately. And then layer in on top of that how busy they are. As the firm scales, like, there's so much to do every single day. And so I think, unfortunately, on the priority list, it falls lower than it should in most lawyers' minds. But also, it's not like they've had a master class on how to deliver a great client experience. So those two things together, I think
there's a lot of truth in that. And I also think there are ones that are very good. I was really impressed. We did a show, we called it Disrupt. We ran it out of Salt Lake in May earlier this year. And one of our speakers was Mike Morse. And we get this text the weekend before the show from Mike. And it was like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. And he was like our headline speaker. And I was so upset.
Not ideal.
I was like, what the freak was going on? Well, then he makes it. He has a freaking private jet, shows up. He's awesome. And I talked to him and I'm like, dude, like, what happened? And he's like, well, we were still I was in trial. And I'm like, you're still in trial? Like, he's like, he told me about the client. He told me all about their background. And like, he like obviously cared about this client and he was working personally. And I was like, okay, this is why you're successful. This is why you're the biggest firm. And I don't know if it's I think it's the biggest PI firm in Detroit area.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
the whole state.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, because he cares. And so I think the really exceptional ones like just do really well. And so it's interesting, like some suck, but some are really good. And the ones that are good win really big. That's my thought.
Yeah. Like the bar is relatively low. I agree, actually.
Yeah.
All right. We covered the important stuff. You guys want to hang around to do some stupid stuff?
Well,
No?
Jared, actually,
You want to say
not
more?
to
serious
butt in,
stuff?
Jared, but
Yeah.
one more serious thing that I've
Matt's like,
thought
we're
about
actually
a lot
not
lately
ending this segment.
is that
Go on.
yeah, this is what the people are here for, Jared. So I think something super interesting is that if you just take like a criminal defense, a personal injury, a family law matter, like usually consumers are only hiring an attorney once in their life or something like that.
Yeah.
Criminal defense
Right.
might spike up a little more. I have some thinking like, oh yeah, right. I wish it was just one and done. But family, yeah, like most of the consumer facing practice areas aren't like ongoing services like estate planning. There are a couple, but bear with me here. Most of them, you're only hiring an attorney once in your life for that. So the interesting thing is they're not actually comparing you to other law firms they've worked with. They're comparing you to other businesses that they interact with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
So they end up comparing you to Amazon. They end up comparing you to Domino subconsciously because it's not like they can go look at how bad the other attorney they almost hired would have been. They just know that you're not meeting their expectations. So you're actually against their expectations, which are extremely high, because businesses have gotten really good with technology and really good at serving their customers how they need to be served. And law firms just don't meet those expectations.
You hope that they compare you to your contractor, because those guys suck.
All right, I'll allow it. That was worth further conversation. Can we do the last segment now? Are you guys okay with it? Can I get a vote?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
Hang on, everybody. We'll be back for our last segment, the counter program. Welcome back, everybody. That's right. We're here at the counter program. It's a podcast within a podcast. This is a conversational space where we can address usually unrelated topics that I want to explore at a greater depth with my guests. Expect no rhyme and very little reason. Manny, Matt, have you ever visited the website thisiswhyimbroke.com?
I have not. But you know I'm
Really?
going to right now.
Please do. Matt is, everyone's feverishly typing. I love it. All right, let me explain the game while you take a look. It's a great website. It's basically a list of all kinds of crazy shit that you can buy to run down your bank account. They also have really amazing product descriptions. So we're bringing back a recurring segment with you called Just How Broke Am I? I'm going to tell you the name of a product that I may or may not have bought on the site. Then I'm going to read a description, and you just tell me how much you think it costs. I'll give you some pricing options to select from to make it
I love
easier.
this.
Are you ready?
Born ready for this.
Okay. The Godzilla tape dispenser. This thing looks badass. Let me read the description, and I'm trying not to reveal the price as we go forward here. Okay. Unleash your inner kaiju with the Shin Godzilla tape dispenser. Officially licensed and based on the 2016 film, this plastic collectible lets tape roll from Godzilla's fearsome jaws. A monstrous desk accessory and the ultimate gift for fans. The ultimate gift for fans. Do we have any Godzilla fans on the pod today?
You dig it?
No. A resounding no.
Watch the latest movies.
2016 Godzilla, maybe not the most amazing thing ever. Bryan Cranston, I think, was in that one. Okay, so now that you've seen the Godzilla tape dispenser, what do you think the Godzilla tape dispenser costs? Is it $4.99, $49.99, or $499.99?
I'm gonna take the highest one.
$4.99?
Yeah.
The highest one, $500.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go because of the quality of the film. I'm gonna go $4.99.
Oh man, we had two guesses and you're both wrong.
$49.
$50. $50.
Wow,
Can you believe that?
crazy.
Nuts. All right. Now we got another one here for you. This is going to be great. And just tell me, just share if you already have purchased this item. I just want to know because maybe you have. I don't know. Next up, we've got Sauron body armor. Full body armor set from Lord of the Rings. Are you ready? Protect your body from harm's way with armor crafted for none other than the Dark Lord Sauron himself. This Lord of the Rings inspired Sauron armor is functional. Good to know. Full body plate suit, giving you the protection you need to defend against hobbits, elves, and dwarves. Problems. Real problems. I don't know if either of you guys are LARPers, but I just want you to know this is a full-on body armor set for a male human.
Comic-Con is coming to Salt Lake next month. I think I might need to purchase this depending on the price.
Well, wait until you see how much it costs. Yeah, so neither of you guys own this. It doesn't sound like.
Not yet.
So not yet. Are we talking $120, $1,200, or $12,000 for the Sauron armor? $120, $1,200, or
I'm gonna go with 12.
$12,000. Remember, it's
Just so I don't answer the same way, I'm
real
gonna go
armor.
1,200.
All right, we got one. Matt takes this one home. $1,200, a pittance for the Sauron armor.
That's crazy.
Are you having fun yet?
I'm loving them.
I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. The next up on our purchase list is the electric hot tub boat. Are you guys seeing this?
Freaking sick.
This looks amazing. Now, I guess the thing is, like, I feel like I could build this myself. But take a look at the electric hot tub boat. Let me now read the description. Relax on the high seas and go green at the very same time with this electric hot tub boat featuring handcrafted African teak wood on the deck. The hot tub boat combines luxury and style for an unforgettable experience. It for sure does. All right. How much am I in for the hot tub boat? 12,500, 125,000, or 1.25 million? 12,500, 125,000, or 1.25 million. And just let me remind you, this is a hot tub boat.
Gotta be
I'll
120.
go with 120. Yeah, let's both go 120.
Yes, you guys gotta.
I was gonna say that just reminds me of high school. We like put a tarp in the back of a truck. You know, kids did that, and then you make your own pool in the bed of the truck and drive around school. It was cool.
You could put this on
Put
the
on
site,
a boat.
man. You could make some money. Yeah, put on your truck bow. Sell that. Somebody would buy that for like $30,000. Matt, you wanna say anything before I'll pull up the next one as you talk.
Yeah, well, you were just saying, like, there's a theme, and it's the middle answer on every one has been correct. And also the spectrum is so wide. I do feel like this next one we should guess the price, and you don't give us options.
Yeah, I put them all in the middle for now, but that won't stay that way forever. All right, yeah, you can guess the price, and I'll give you like a few $100 here and there. All right, the gummy dill pickle, which is like the fucking nastiest thing I've ever seen, but here it is. It's a gummy, it's a pickle, it's gloriously confusing. This 4.5 ounce giant gummy dill pickle tastes like a sour cucumber took a wrong turn into Candyland. Chewy, tangy, and weirdly satisfying. Your taste buds won't know whether to laugh or cry. The giant gummy pickle. What do you think?
I'm gonna say $12.99. Also, my kids would love this.
Okay.
I think they'd eat that right up.
All right, put a pin in that for a second, and then Matt, what's your guess?
$19.99.
Oh, Manny's closer. $13.
Whoa, but
Wow,
$13.
that's not
That's
bad.
good.
A bargain. A bargain. And I that, but just so you guys know, that was the last selection. If I would have given you the guesses. All right, here's the other thing. My children have many times requested the giant gummy fruit, and it always ends horribly because it either tastes nasty or they get through like 1/8 of it before they're ready to vomit. I've got another one for you that I think is quite disgusting. So let me throw this up. Let me throw this up on the screen. This is maybe the worst one I found. The umbilical cord iPhone charger. This is truly heinous. Go from average Joe to social pariah in mere moments by pulling out the iPhone umbilical cord charging cable. The disturbing yet fully functional accessory is handcrafted from silicone to create a fleshy, lifelike appearance. I have to take that off the screen because I'm going to be sick. This is just like, if I wanted to like be alone on a train, I'm whipping out the umbilical phone charger. What do you think? How much does it actually cost to become a social pariah is the question.
I'm going
Are we guessing from
99.
Okay. I'm going $16.99.
You're going to be fucking shocked at how much this costs. Are you ready?
No.
$6,000.
Nobody's bought one of those.
Yeah, I don't think these have been purchased.
Inventory stock. That's insane.
I think it's crazy. All right, I got one more for you guys. This has been fun. I don't want to stop. I want to keep going, but we got one more. We have time constraints.
I'm glad you showed me this website before Christmas season.
Oh, you're never going to get any work done today. Okay, here we go. Last one. It is the mini desktop cannon with real cannonballs. Make your dream of owning a functioning cannon. I don't know if that's your dream, but it's a reality now by getting your hands on the mini desktop cannon. It's machined from actual steel and aluminum alloy, and the barrel can be adjusted 180 degrees, allowing you to shoot in any direction. Here it is, y'all. The mini desktop cannon. It also has a fuse, I would like people to notice. So this is like real 19th century shit. If you wanted a desktop cannon for your office, what do you think that would cost you?
$149.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Manny, what do you got? Desktop cannon. You're thinking this one over.
$75.
I think that the umbilical cord charger fucked you up and made all the pricing totally out of whack. It is only $15 for a mini desktop cannon. So buy 10 is what I say.
I'm currently buying that.
I'm actually gonna buy that. We're still a startup. We can fire that thing off in the office.
I feel like I should be getting commission from these assholes. Hey, if you're on thisiswhyimbroke.com and you haven't heard of us yet, just ping me. You can sponsor the show. I just want free stuff. I would like the hot tub boat. In any event,
what I was
gentlemen, Matt, go ahead.
Oh, what I was thrown off the most by is it looked like a working cannon. That's why I went a little bit higher on the price, because it had a lit fuse. I
think it is a working cannon, isn't it? I believe it is a working cannon.
Gunpowder.
What a bargain.
Yeah. Anyways, continue, Jared.
We'll do the follow-up when you guys can like fire cannons at each other and we'll get it all on video. Mini cannons. Perfect. Mini cannons. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on. I had a great time.
It was a blast.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Excited to hang out in Salt Lake.
All right, boys. Yes, we'll see you in Salt Lake. We'll see you in Boston. Come and join us, everybody. We'll talk soon. Thanks to our two guests today, Matt McClellan and Manny Griffiths of Hona. To learn more about Manny, Matt, and Hona, no, that's not a 1960s folk group, visit Hona.com, Hona.com, Hona.com. Now, because I'll always be a 90s kid who still charges his flip phone with an original umbilical cord charger, that's right, but whose true passion is burning CDs for anyone who would listen, I'm now just doing the modern version of that, which is creating Spotify playlists for every podcast episode that I record, where the songs are tangentially related to an episode topic. This week's playlist is songs about questionable choices, like leaving the main trail or squeezing into an unexplored segment of a cave that is rapidly taking on water. Are you fucking kidding me? And it's sponsored by Hormel. I'm just kidding, by the way. Hormel hasn't sponsored shit, but I wish they would. If I was being stalked by a skinwalker in the deepest, darkest forest, you could bet I would be recording that shit, and I would at least want to have some spiced meat alongside that would keep. Join us next time when I will slip into something more comfortable.